think we're live.
All right. An error has occurred. Please try again. Looks like we're live. As you guys can see, we are actually broadcasting live from the blockchain. We are actually on the blockchain right now.
We actually met Satoshi himself.
Yep. And we are on. There's a huge Bitcoin behind us. This is one of the Bitcoins we're mining right now.
One whole one.
One whole Bitcoin. This is actually what a Bitcoin looks like, just so you guys know. And welcome to the Tokyo Crypto Show, the only show broadcasting directly from the blockchain. Charlie, how you doing?
Yeah, good.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, Bitcoin's still above 10,000, baby.
Bitcoin is booming. Guys, Body Language Mastery is over. And yeah, what a insane turnout. Just unbelievable. Just unbelievable turnout. It's closed. I told you guys that if you wanted to get in, you had to get in, and you can't get in now, and it's closed. You'll get in Q3. The price is now $497, and the amount of regrets I have is right here. Zero regrets. That's perfect angle right there. 0. Awesome turnout. Thank you guys. Webinars start July 9th. Charlie will be joining us for the webinars.
Hell yeah.
So for all you cheapskates out there who are kind of wondering, oh, should I talk to Charlie to make a little bit of crypto dollars, a little crypto holdings, you can pick his brain absolutely for free because I am a benevolent leader like our personal Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
God bless America.
God bless America. I think Jesus Christ was from Minnesota because he's like you. Charlie's from Minnesota. I'm from Florida. Look at the color of my skin. Of course I'm from Florida. Let's say what's up to the guys in the chat. Welcome everybody. Tony S. Peter, as usual. Eric, what up, brother? Vincent Vale, what's up? Cody in the house. Tony says, I'm hoping for some more tasty 4-figure dip.
Yeah, we got a bit of a tease yesterday. We got down to, I think, like 9,700, roughly around there. That was pretty delicious. If you could buy it up during that time, that would have been great. Mm-hmm. Anything under 10K looks like it'll get bought up pretty damn quick.
Yeah. And Nathaniel, I got you. I'll email you after. I'm going to handle, obviously, I'm in the middle of doing a show right now. But I do have you. I've had over 100 people contacting me in the past 24 hours, including guys who are part of the affiliates. So please bear with me. I did not forget you. I know the deal we have. And I got you. Just shoot me an email right now to the same email you had last time. And we're going to continue on the show. So all glory to MLD. No. All glory to TCS, Tokyo Crypto Show.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Moon Gang. Hashtag Moon Gang. Charlie and I, we've got some big things cooking. You motherfuckers have no idea. We're about to leave you guys behind. No, we're not going to leave you behind, but we got some big things cooking. We'll talk to you guys about it on the webinars. The VIP guys who get into the webinars, we'll tell you about it. For the rest of you, just keep on watching. But yeah, man, today's episode, we're going to talk to you guys about mistakes we have made in crypto. I definitely made way more than Charlie. And,
everybody has to make some.
Right.
Otherwise, you'll never fucking learn.
Right. And, the thing is, with all the mistakes being made, let me turn this thing down too. There we go. All right, that should be better. That should pick us up better. Let us know how the mic sounds, by the way. Your remember emails today were dope, MLD. Thank you very much, Peter. I had some guy email me and was like, "Are you guys making your own coin?"
We don't know.
Is this guy listening to our fucking conversations through our phones? Mike, you smart guy. No comment. No comment because we got to talk to an attorney. Wow, what a smart guy. Pump and dump. Pump and dumb. What is that? I don't know. Yeah, thank you for the compliment on the emails, Peter. Yeah, somebody was complaining to me about the emails. I was like, dude, you can just scroll down and click that unsubscribe button. Are you that stupid? Oh, wait. Yes, you are. Oh Lord. So guys, we're gonna talk about mistakes we made in crypto today, and more importantly, um, I'm hoping that you can learn from our mistakes so that you do not have to make the same mistakes that we have made. Yeah. Hot dude coin. Oh Jesus, I'm still under the weather, guys. Please forgive me.
Yeah, don't get me sick.
I'm gonna fucking cough all over you. I'm gonna cough you like a salary man on the train in Tokyo in rush hour.
You put your armpit up here like this too.
Oh, God, I do not miss rush hours on those trains.
Fuck that shit, man.
I'm happy to be self-employed. Life is good. I'm holding crypto dollars. Is good shit.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just jump right into it, guys. Now, I want to make a quick statement here, okay? And it really irks me, and maybe I'm just being petty, but it really fucking bothers me that when there's a giant jump in price and there is a large movement, all the fucking normies come out of the woodwork, and all of a sudden everybody's a fucking cryptocurrency expert. Yep. Alexander Juan Antonio Cortez, the ballerina. The ballerina of the manosphere this guy is talking about cryptocurrency.
I remember back in the bull run or something, he had mentioned, like, he just jumped on that train for like a month, like the last month of
Sickening. Sickening. Notice that Bitcoin right now, okay, keep in mind, we've been telling you to buy Bitcoin since 3,500.
This thing back here.
Bitcoin right here, broadcasting live from, we escaped the matrix and we're in the blockchain.
Which is also just a part of the matrix.
Right. And we have been able to tell you guys what's going on. We predicted the price, and look at it. This is actually a fucking modern miracle right now that we're floating at, like, what is it, 11.2 right now?
Yeah.
11,200. We're just chilling.
Yeah, it's kind of like a lot of people are like, oh, millennials, they get so used to like this shit, they think it's actually like, oh, like it's 3 times, in the last couple of months. Oh, that's nothing. It's like, no, dude. Like, go look at the stock market and see how much money you can make doing that shit. Almost nothing. The volatility there is like fucking dead.
Yep.
Compared to Bitcoin.
And then we believe that the price will be broken this year, the all-time high.
Yeah, I think it has a very, very good shot at that.
We're going to see if my crypto Jesus skills are my crypto Jesus, or Cody calls me crypto Nostradamus. My crypto prediction skills this year have been pretty solid, not going to lie.
Yeah. Well, and it's even surpassed both of our expectations at this point.
Yeah.
Once it got up to about 14,000, both of us were just like, damn.
Yep. Well, I called 15 for the year back then. I said I think it's going to get up to around 15.
Okay.
And it did it hit 14 or
hit 13.9 something.
13.9. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're knocking on that door. Knocking on that Bitcoin door.
Yeah, and I showed everybody on my email list this weekend.
Yeah.
Everybody's been actually looking at the price of 20,000 as being the most important area to break. But actually, 14,000 on the monthly scale is the harder area to break. Once we break 14,000, Bitcoin is not going to look back.
Yeah,
so
it's
that's
definitely
where it got rejected at 13.9, right?
I think we're on the way. I think we are going to go and have a massive bull run here. I'm actually going to set up my my Instagram stream. Yeah. In the meantime, Charlie, if you would please kindly use your crypto Jesus powers.
Look in the fucking globe here.
Look into the future here. 1.21 gigawatts.
I wish we had, what's that?
Click on scene and you could be able to get it up there.
What's the almanac from fucking Back to the Future?
The sports almanac.
I wish I had that shit for Bitcoin, man. Fucking be millionaires. But anyways, basically the price is, for most people, boring. But for those of you guys who were watching my show yesterday and also have been on my email list, basically you know that you can be making some good money here. So what happened in the last 24 hours is basically we went from this low down here of 9,700. So we got that dip below 10,000 for about, how long here? What is this? This is a 1 hour chart. So 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, maybe 5 hours maximum. maybe 6 hours maximum. So very, very short period of time, people got a taste of under 10K Bitcoin once again. And so that was very, very quick. The buying power basically came up here quite a lot, which is good. But we basically finished the main part of this breakdown. Now, does that continue? It's still very possible that we could roll over here. We've been trying to break this 11,500 area over the last 12 hours, basically, or less, last 6 hours or so. And what's been stopping this, which is interesting, is the moving averages here, right? Here you have the top one, because this is in a bearish format, actually, not in a good situation. Short
Bitcoin's
term.
going to $1.
Going to $1, baby. It's
Jordan Belfort.
He's going to come out of the closet again and start talking about that shit.
Oh, Lord.
But anyways, you have this moving average, which you can see in the top left, the 200-day moving average, the longest one, the orange one on the top, and that should be on the bottom. And then this yellow one on the bottom should be on the top. So you can see that change from when it was going up, it was the opposite situation, to now it's basically being pushed here at the 200-day moving average or the 200-hour moving average on the 1 hour chart. It's getting pushed down here, and it's getting supported by this short-term support here, and it's just kind of like being sandwiched in there right now. And if you turn on my Bollinger Bands, you can see the bottom ones are coming up, and the top ones are kind of flatlining. So it might pinch and just kind of oscillate around here for a while. It could drop back down, to like $1,000 lower, and it could also come up here, maybe $300 or $500 up. Just kind of have that bouncing area. And I did a show last week about basically Bitcoin over 10,000. A $1,000 oscillation is not that bad compared to Bitcoin's normal history. So if it does come back down here by 1,000 or $1,500, basically back down to 10,000, those are just good buying opportunities. So this boring sideways to slightly down action is a chance for people to get in. And what I was saying at the beginning of the year when we started this channel, everybody's asking, well, what's a good price of Bitcoin? It's so low right now. It's 3,500 basically. I know. And what I said was anything between $2,000 to $4,500, $4,500.
It's fucking free. It's free money.
It's fucking dirt cheap.
I fucking regret not buying more back then.
There's an awesome chain down in Missouri called Dirt Cheap Cigarettes and Beer. That's where we were in February.
Dirt cheap cigarettes and beer in Missouri?
Missouri down to Memphis.
Good
I did
Lord.
a road trip down there, and there's this whole chain that's all the way down there.
I want to go.
Yeah.
I want to buy stock in that company.
Good shit. Hey, man, they know what they sell.
That's fucking great.
But that's where we were back in February, just dirt cheap, Bitcoin, right? Dirt cheap crypto. And then back in April, May, I was saying anywhere between 5,000 to 7,000 was a good deal, still discounted. And then we went from 7,000 to 14,000 over the last 2 months, which is pretty fucking crazy. So that's double within a couple months. And now what I'm saying is anything under 14,000, basically anything under 10,000 is going to be the new steal. It's a very good discount. Anything under 14,000 is basically not the last chance you'll have, but it's the last chance you'll have at a reasonable price.
There are going to be normies taking out mortgages and kicking down fucking doors to buy full Bitcoins at 20,000.
It kind of makes me sick, dude. People going and taking out
normies
like
make me
debt
sick.
to buy Bitcoin.
Oh my god.
It's just like...
Those are the same people who argue with me on my own email list. Argue with me on my email list, and then they're going to be like, $20,000 Bitcoin sounds like a deal. It's at the all-time high. Let me go all in.
Yeah. That'll probably around 25 to 30,000 is where you get the most fucking stupid-ass normies being like, hey, I'm going to buy a bunch. I heard it's going to 100,000. And yeah, bro, like it's still fine, but probably at that point. But then they'll get stopped out if it goes down $2,000 in a day. Oh my God, I just lost $2,000 or something, right? And then they'll get out and then it goes back up. So when you get out of this thing, you don't want to get out of it for a long time if you're trying to make money that way. Through trading, you only want to do that for a very short period of time. And then, just ride this bull up to the top. So,
yeah,
fucking a lot of money to be made.
It's actually ticking up right now. I'm enjoying watching this candle.
Yeah, this thing is going to be, if it goes above this area here, this orange moving average, the 200-hour moving average, if it breaks above that quite decisively right now, that would be great. Because
it's going. It just hit. Look, it's funny. As soon as you hit, it said that it hit the resistance and it's going down.
Yeah,
can you guys see that on your screen? I hope you can see. Like we're actually watching live price action right now.
Yeah, and that's what's been happening all of this afternoon, our time, overnight for America. It came down here, and actually, if you just look at the Elliott wave one, and on the shorter term time scales, it's a lot less predictable. But basically, you can do a 1, 2, and then the 3 is basically here, 4, and a 5. So it was a full 5 wave on the hourly, and then it broke down from there. And usually not usually, always after a 5 wave impulse, there's a correction. The most normal correction is an A, B, C. And we'd have to actually turn this down if you really want to go into like day trading.
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
You just break it down here. And these corrections can get quite complicated.
Right.
So it's a little bit hard to determine on this short of a time frame, on the 30-minute time frame, to say, oh, this is exactly what's already happened. But at least, you can look at it on a short-term time frame, something like this could be over. To me, that doesn't look so good. I see something maybe, more like that, or potentially, coming back down and testing this area in the short term. But hey, if it really is just like a short correction, and does something like this, and then just goes, tries to go back up to 12,000.
Parabolic, baby.
Shit can happen. Shit can happen. And then, we're on the 30-minute here. So yeah, on the 30-minute, you can see we already broke above that resistance.
And each of these little bars represents 30 minutes of buy and sell action of the currency Bitcoin.
Exactly. If we go back to the 1-hour chart, this pattern, which had kind of been keeping us down here, was broken out of. So there's a thing called a dead cat bounce, which is it breaks out and then it just kind of dies, just kind of hits the edges here and then just goes boom, something like that. So that's also a possibility here. So
I would love Bitcoin to go to 8,000. I would have a fucking party.
You know how long that would probably last? Not very long at all. We could have a flash crash, something like that happen, in the short term, and that's nothing to be scared about.
I don't think we're going to go quickly. I don't think we can go south of 9,000 for a very long time. I don't
think so either.
And I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so, fuckers, that this shit was going to happen. Charlie and I have been telling you since February. Who is starting to feel hatred in their heart that we're always rubbing it in your face that we were right?
I think they should just pay more attention, right?
Yeah.
More than anything.
It's ain't no fucking game. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. This isn't like, oh, hey, you want to play some internet money game?
There's $300 billion in all of crypto right
$300 billion, and we're just getting started.
Just getting started. I think it was on this one.
I think that's more. Is that more than the video game industry?
It's more than a lot of shit. I don't know about the video game industry. I have no idea. But
I don't know. Peter, run a check for me on that one. Peter's like the Jamie from Joe Rogan.
Oh, sweet.
Jamie, look that up. Peter, look that up.
That'd be perfect. But here, you can see what I sent out to my email list was actually on February 17th, which was back around here, this candle here, is when I sent Cody, because he's my first YouTube subscriber, and he was also asking for consultation at that time.
Cody's the man. He got in body language mastery enrollment for Q1. He's the man.
I showed him this chart, which I said anything above 42 to 4,500.
Yep.
You can read it here. I didn't change this. He can go in his email. He saw it. Above these levels, and the bear market could be over. It smashed it. I put below these levels, below 2,500, and it would continue. And this 200-week moving average stayed as support. And then this is the more important thing. If I put it here on the monthly candle,
well, wow.
You can see at the very top of these candles here is exactly the price that we got rejected from. So that's why I say once we break here, 14,000, 14,100, this little price action that happened for a couple of days or a week or two is not that much resistance. So going above 20,000 once we get above 14K is actually very easy.
Whoa, what is that? Is that 20? Oh, that's 2017. Oh,
yeah, this is the top of the bull market. So this is when you look at a monthly scale.
Oh, wow.
So I think it was on Tuesday or Monday I did a show just talking about the price. But in that show, I showed people how to look at charts. And the first chart you should look at is always the longest time frame chart. So here we have a monthly chart. Yearly charts don't really show you good data.
Right.
But the monthly chart does. And you can just see right there. Is that a coincidence? No.
Certainly not.
No.
What a time to be alive. Good Lord. Can we go back to the chart before this one?
Yeah.
What was the time? No.
This is the one we were using.
Let me see. Let me just take a look at the mouse. Where was it? Where was this? Was the $100 million pump, right?
No, so here, press this one.
This one.
Yeah, and then change this to the week.
Okay.
There you go. And then zoom out, like scroll towards you.
Yep.
And then here, that's the 2 hour.
This one.
Yeah.
Is the 100 million pump, right?
April 1st and 2nd. But it was just in 2 hours. So this is the weekly, but if you go down to the hourly, you can see that it happened much quicker.
I see. So interesting. I wonder if this was a catalyst for a pseudo bull run. What do you think?
So everybody, all the professionals, people who've been trading other markets other than Bitcoin, but also Bitcoin for more than 25 years, they, during this time here, when I was putting this chart out around late February, middle of March, everybody was saying probably around April 14th, we're going to see a test or breakout above this 4,500 area level.
What were the indicators for that?
So this consolidation here, after it tried, basically it hit the bottom here, hit that 200 week moving average, bounced up, and then it should have kept rolling over here, and then the bear market should have continued from, what date was that? I can't see it. Early February, late January. It should have just rolled over from there, but price kept consolidating all throughout February. So by the end of February, people were like, this price is not going down, which it should be right now, which is bullish. And so they wanted to see that retest of that 42, 45 area. And everybody was saying, well, by the time that it's taking, it looks like maybe mid-April. And then what I think happened is everybody around, this is global 24/7 market. So these smart fuckers who have a lot of money, they are paying attention to what everybody is saying. And they're like, yes, the indicators show that we could potentially have a bottom here. So somebody was probably just like, hey, let's do it quicker or earlier than people expect. That way we can get the cheapest price for as much money as possible. And then they're just going to ride this thing out.
And those people who made the investment of 100 million in at this time, so the price they bought in, it was at 4,000. They had 100 million at 4,000. So that 100 million they invested is now almost 300 million. Fucking unreal.
And it's just getting started.
$300 million. Like, what do you do after you have that?
Buy a stadium?
Buy the Cowboys.
That costs you a couple billion.
Yeah, they're the most expensive franchise, right? You could buy like the Jaguars, right?
NFL teams, I don't think so. You could probably get into the NBA or something.
NBA, you can buy the Charlotte Bobcats.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, yeah.
Or they're the Hornets? Now what are they?
Yeah, they're back to the Hornets, but you have to grease up Michael Jordan because he owns them, I think.
He need that gambling money, so. Let's go back to the chat and see who is in the house. Boom, we're back in the blockchain.
Baby.
Super Gecko 8, you better let us be one of the first investors. I have no idea what you're talking about. Hit thumbs up, guys. Yeah, hit like, guys. 25 in the house, 8 watching. We're growing here on the crypto side, which is good. I can't even believe that it was ever that low. It seems so unreal now. Y'all got any more of that 3K BTC? Yeah. A coworker of mine took out against his retirement to buy Bitcoin. Not necessarily risky, but not bad idea.
If he already has the money and it is his money to control, that's fine. But wouldn't necessarily recommend it. But if he's willing to lose it or part of it, then that's what you got to do.
Tony says, Mike, I was thinking of doing the same thing. I have lowered my 401k contribution from 3% to 3% from 12%. I'm 32, so if that's a bad move, I figure I'll have some time to recover. Tony, if you do what we did on the consultation, you're going to have way more fucking money than you know what to do with if you get that license we were talking about. So you're a smart guy. Just keep on doing that. Don't worry about your 401ks and all that shit. 401ks are good and all, but nobody wants you don't want to retire and live off of a 401k. Yeah. Ideally, it's not necessarily the greatest thing. Your dad is still working to this day, right?
Oh yeah, he loves doing his own business.
And your dad's how old?
73.
73.
Yeah, but he's like, what am I gonna do? Quit? He's like only works like a few hours a day, still makes
Yeah.
like full salary.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what do I do? Like a couple bits of work, like might as well just keep working because it's fun. It keeps him, good.
Yeah, it keeps you sharp too, mentally, and all that stuff.
Exactly.
So, no, I don't plan on retiring. I need to get that oil baron money. So when I'm, like your dad's 73, that's like Donald Trump age. I need myself a Melania.
Well, like what a lot of
side
people
chick
do
Melania.
what a lot of people do when they get old too, though, is like once they start like stop having any goals, they get kind of
They start to die.
Yeah, they just start to slowly degrade, and then whenever their body just gives out, that's when they die. You don't want to be one of those people, those old ladies eating cat food or some shit. Like that. That's fucking
dead
nuts.
cat pattern on her life. We got some spicy memes for you. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, I like that one.
I don't understand this one though. What is this one? Okay, let's check this one out. So we got some memes. Binance Lottery, you're a loser.
I understand.
Click here, I understand. Let's see.
Some of these other ones are not so good today.
Watching BTC pump as alts flatline. This one's funny. When you hold from an all-time high. And we're going to talk about all-time high. Remember, ATH is the code for all-time high.
And HODL is just hold.
HODL is just hold. What else we got? We got some spicy memes. Guys, phone line's open, by the way. If you want to just call in and talk about your cryptocurrency experience, call in about your questions that you may have. The number is on the air, 657-383-1318. No call is too small, and the only stupid question is the one you do not answer. Is this accurate?
So this is Bitcoin going down.
At an
usually it's the other way around.
Yeah, it's
right?
usually straight up or straight down.
Yeah. So
Is it slightly? I think is it still? It's not dropping right now. That's
compared to the high of 14,000. Yes.
Okay.
Right. So it's still down.
Found,
this guy is weird.
Found Satoshi.
Yeah. I don't like that guy.
You don't like him?
I mean, he's funny. He's okay to listen to, but he's kind of full of shit.
It just shows you everybody's got something to say with crypto, but nobody's making balls moves like us.
I like that one.
In vain, I criticize Bitcoin.
Got a little bit of butthurt going there, thinking it's not going to go up.
Oh, that is hilarious.
There were some shit talkers. Remember when we first were talking about this stuff back in February, March?
Yeah.
We had a lot of shit talkers at the beginning.
This Bitcoin dominance is 62%. Bitcoin altcoins.
Dragging along.
And what that means is like basically, so actually, let me pull up CoinMarketCap to show what we talk about. So CoinMarketCap here at the top, this is a very important indicator. Right now, it's here. It's called Bitcoin dominance. It's 62.4%.
And a month ago it was 10% less.
It's like 50 something, right?
52, yeah.
So Bitcoin dominance indicates what percentage of the entire market cap is consisting of holdings in Bitcoin. So the entire cryptocurrency market cap, and the market cap is how much money is currently being floated around and used in the cryptocurrency sphere in the world. We are currently at $325,810,723,418.
I believe yesterday or the day before in my show when we talked about this, it was just at 298. So that's $25 billion put in over the last few days. That's one of the reasons why the price went from 10,000 to 1,100 here. Or 11,000, sorry.
And the market cap of gold is trillions, right?
Yeah, 7.5 or 7.0 trillion roughly.
And you can't even like...
If you go to my Twitter, like on my Twitter page, you can see that market capitalization compared to other assets. Just pull that up real quick.
Oh, let me explain the Bitcoin dominance real quick, then I'll do that, and then we'll pull up that. But I want to talk about just Bitcoin dominance. So usually when the price of Bitcoin goes up and it's skyrocketing, Bitcoin dominance, okay, this is a very important indicator. You just go to coinmarketcap.com and you take a look here. Bitcoin dominance indicates, what percentage of all this money is in Bitcoin. So 62% of this 325 billion is being held in Bitcoin. And once Bitcoin starts making a run upwards, you'll see that this number, Bitcoin dominance, goes up. Because what happens is like Bitcoin goes up and all the money kind of siphons up with it.
Exactly.
And it comes out of the altcoins. And then when Bitcoin price starts going down, the Bitcoin dominance starts going down, and the money starts either flowing into Tether or the altcoins. Yeah, and that's an ongoing pattern. You'll notice that. So if you can time that, it's a little risky, Kevin. It's a little risky, but you could make a little pocket change.
So here's the thing that's been happening. So that's correct. The other thing, which is interesting, so during the top of a bull market, like basically in 2017, when the dominance was going up like that and Bitcoin was going up, once it started going down, it rained the money into those alts, right? Everybody fled into the alts wanting to triple or 10 times the amount of Bitcoin that they had.
Right.
But the interesting thing that's happened in the first part of this bull phase this year is basically Bitcoin dominance is going up. And then when Bitcoin takes a small breather or goes down a little bit, actually that money so far hasn't really flowed into alts this time yet. So that when that happens, that's a good time to get into alts. But the alts right now have not gotten that kind of side effect yet in this market, meaning Bitcoin probably is just taking a small break and wants to continue dominating here more over the next few months.
It's a great simple indicator. If you're a guy watching right now and you're kind of like, oh well, I wish I knew some Bitcoin knowledge, some concrete knowledge. That's a good place to start. Again,
this comes to the first mistake,
and which goes to analyzing here the Bitcoin dominance. If you could just correlate in your mind, you could go to coinmarketcap.com. You take a look right here. I've got it highlighted. You get the Bitcoin dominance. Take a look. Anytime this number is above 50 in the 50 percentile,
even above 45 is pretty good.
Right. Even above, I've never seen it below 50.
It's been down into the 40s at the top of the last bull market.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, everybody's flooding into the alts trying to make money.
So when you see this price being high, or you see this percentage being high, of 50% or higher.
Yeah.
Right? 50% or higher, then you'll know that Bitcoin is probably going to be making a tear upwards.
And that's the only one that you want to be in at that point.
Right. And then when this number starts taking a drop from the 62 down to 55, I don't think we're going to see 50 in a while.
Yeah, we'll just cross that bridge when it comes.
But once you see it start trending down, if you have some altcoins, like you're holding some, our go-to altcoin that we love is Binance Coin. I have. Did I convert my Bitcoin Cash? I don't know if I converted it. But anyways, I got my Bitcoin Cash. Did I tell you?
Yeah, you told me that. Yeah.
Did I sell it? I don't remember if I did.
I don't remember.
But anyways, that's some altcoins, and then the money flows out into the altcoins. So if you look at Bitcoin dominance, understand higher percentage means Bitcoin's going up. Lower percentage, which is 50% or below, then you know that there's money to be made in the altcoins. The timing is difficult, but
and it looks like in this current market, we haven't gotten that opportunity yet. If you start trying to go into alts right now, you will lose money.
Right. And let's get this real quick, just for perspective here. Yeah, we got putting the world's money into perspective. So these are the market caps of things we have going on here.
And this was from September of last year.
September of 2018.
And look at where Bitcoin was.
So. This is Bill Gates. He has $90 billion. Bitcoin at that time was $112 billion. It's a market cap, right?
And now it's at $200 billion, so it's basically doubled.
So currently it's at $200 billion, basically doubled. Jeff Bezos, Bitcoin's now richer than Jeff Bezos, so Jeff Bezos and Bitcoin switch here. All cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin is also not, probably because this is probably grown too, right?
Yeah, so if you look at the coin market cap there, it is like 325 million or 325 billion?
Yes, like 120. Oh, actually, it dropped.
No, Bitcoin a couple days ago was below 200.
So, but this right now, 200 minus 325 is like 122.
No, this is the whole market cap for Bitcoin, which is 200, and then the whole market cap for everything is 325.
So you mine it from here.
Yeah. So okay, everything else is 125. Bitcoin is 203.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great stuff. Let's see, 1, 2. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So Bitcoin is definitely the majority of the market cap than all the other cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, 62%. That's where you get this 62% dominance.
Wow. So even this thing has been, so Bitcoin is higher than Jeff Bezos and all of the cryptocurrencies. Amazon's 970, Apple, it's 1 trillion, USD, 1.5 trillion, gold, 7.8, physical money, 34.4, stock markets, 67.5, and then all money, $86.5 trillion. So we're just getting started. Bitcoin is right here. It's in fourth place.
Yeah, it just needs to boom, 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 boom.
And it'll start. It'll be like Terminator, just fucking tearing through. We should probably talk about our show topic today.
Yeah, the mistakes, right? The one thing that caught my guy more 3K Bitcoin, nope. But the one thing that caught my eye, right, when you were talking there, the thing that kind of jumped into my mind was my first mistake with cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Which was I first heard about Bitcoin back in 2012, and my first thing that I did was do nothing. Mm-hmm. Didn't try to learn about it. I was like, that's cool. It may or may not work, but meh. You know, at that time as an English teacher, didn't have too much money. Probably not going to invest too much in that. So I didn't pay attention to it, right? Mm-hmm. If anybody who's paying attention to Bitcoin back between 2012 and 2014, you could have made a shit ton of money on just a little investment. So that's the first mistake, I think, is people just disregard it and they don't actually pay attention to this shit.
Mike, phone number is 657-383-1318. It's on the screen right now. Call us. We are broadcasting live from the blockchain. We are in the blockchain. 32 viewers in the house. We are the most popular Bitcoin YouTube channel on the fucking blockchain, baby. Nobody's broadcasting from the blockchain like us. Let's read the chat and we'll talk about some more mistakes. I got a couple mistakes I can tell you fuckers about.
When was the first time that you started actually paying attention to it, and was that the first time that you heard about it?
So you know, guys, you know here I got into Bitcoin. I was watching Japanese anime. So I swear to God, I was watching Japanese anime. I was watching Japanese anime. So I don't know.
Anyways,
oh no, the phone lines are blowing up. Oh God. I was watching a Japanese anime in December of 2016, and the name of the anime is Ajin. Ajin, right? And they're like basically about these people, these guys who are immortal. They can't die. Like you could shoot them in the head, they'll die, but then they'll resuscitate. You know, because yeah, it's pretty cool. And they were talking about one scene, like, hey, how did you forge these documents? Whatever. Like, oh, well, we just used a cryptographic based currency and bought stolen credit card numbers from the internet, and that is how we were able to do X, Y, and Z. And I was just watching this anime. I was like, you know, I'm like a 30-year-old man at this time. I'm like eating popcorn. I'm like, it's fucking real? Can people do that shit?
Yeah.
And then I looked into it, and I was just like, oh my God, this is something big. And I bought my first Bitcoin for $800 in December of 2016. I lost that during my crypto gambling phase, but we'll go into that. But
well, yeah.
Which I thought you could make.
Coins in a way are crypto gambling as well.
I was gambling with MMA, and you know, I thought I could make some money, and you know, it was just a foolish mistake on my behalf. But that's when I first got into cryptocurrency, was watching a Japanese anime. It's funny, I started this radio show also from watching a Japanese anime. I'm just the biggest fucking weeaboo. But
man, if it helps,
it's hey, I'm doing okay. Yeah. I'm doing okay from these life lessons. Certainly not eating out of the trash can. Certainly doing very well. But yeah, that's how I first got into it. And then I held some at the time, and then around May 2017, that's when it just broke around. I think that's when it broke 3,000, and that's when it really started to catch my eye. And I was like, I think this is going somewhere.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was unemployed. I was still waiting for my visa to clear.
Oh, okay.
So every day I was just reading crypto blogs, crypto YouTube, all this stuff. And then I joined the office, and that's when I was the stark raving lunatic telling everybody about this fucking magic internet money.
Yep.
Everybody in the office literally thought I was crazy, except for Charlie.
Which, you know, I had my reservations, but quickly learned, oh, this guy's onto fucking something.
Yep.
And at that time, my first crypto that I actually bought before Bitcoin was Ethereum. And you were like, oh, Vitalik Buterin's literally like 2 blocks away from our office. Do you want to go see him? You're like, fuck yeah.
Yep. Because I just knew Charlie was smart. And I was like, I need to recruit this man's brain for fucking, you know.
I went on the same crypto tear. I was just like, you know, once you get in and you start learning about the shit and actually you understand it, then you just go on that study tear of just like read as much as you can, watch as much as you can, do as much as you can. And it's just fucking, you know, one of the best drugs out there.
And we got a call on the line here, so I'm only going to be able to hear him through the headphones, so I'll reiterate for you. 209, let's go. Mike, is that you, brother?
Hey, how's it going? What's up, guys? How's it going?
How are you doing, sir? So I'm the only one who can hear you. The audience can hear you as well, who's watching, but Charlie can't. So if you hear me, repeating what is going on, uh, it's me telling Charlie what's going on. But
This
what
will
was
be
your
delayed,
question?
but also
Oh,
listen.
okay. Yeah, no. Actually, since the topic at hand is Bitcoin mistakes, I figured I'll call in and kind of share my mistakes.
Okay.
Try to help some guys out. So hopefully they don't make the same mistake.
Okay.
But basically, in 2014, I found out about Bitcoin through the Joe Rogan show, and I didn't do my diligence to study it or anything like that. I just figured like, hey, this sounds like a make some money quick kind of a thing. So I went and I bought 11 Bitcoin.
Ooh.
At the time. They were in the
Bought
600
11 Bitcoin
range,
in 2014.
and I bought 11 of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, at about 600 something at the time, and then, I was sitting on it, and it kept going down, and it got to 300, and I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, this is gonna crash.
Oh yeah.
And then it bounced up to like 450, and at that time I was like, all right, this is as good as it's gonna get. Let me minimize my losses, and I sold 10 out of the 11 at that time.
Oh no.
And I took a loss. Yeah, I took a loss. Slightly over $1,000 loss.
Wow.
And at that point, I forgot about the crypto. I kind of said like, this is going to be, this is going to shit.
It's a scam.
I lost $1,000. It's a scam, exactly. I didn't do any research on Bitcoin. I didn't do anything under the fundamentals, anything about what it's about. I just figured like this was a scam, and I lost a little bit of money, but oh well. But 3 years later, 2017 comes. Bitcoin is flying off the charts, and luckily I didn't sell one of my Bitcoin. And at this time, Bitcoin had reached I figured out it reached like 12,000 at this point. And I went in and I sold the Bitcoin that I had, and I made a gain on it.
Beautiful.
But I still feel like I lost because I could have made a lot more.
Yeah.
And I also didn't take the diligence to learn about the technology like I have now. So my advice to guys is, learn about the technology, invest because you believe in what Bitcoin is trying to do, and then buy it and hold on to it and look away. Don't look at it every single day. Just create a goal for yourself, and once you reach your goal, then at that point, that's when you should sell. But if you're always looking at the charts on a daily basis, you're going to get scared, you're going to sell, and you're going to regret it, just like I did.
Yeah, but ultimately, even though he bought 11 Bitcoin,
They sold all
at $600, and then it crashed to 400, and then it went up to 450, and he sold all but one.
Right. Yeah,
And then the 2017 bull market came around, and he sold it at 12,000. So not necessarily a bad story because you made money. And look, here's the thing, right? Anytime you come out of the crypto game with profit, it's a good thing.
Yeah, and that's the part of human psychology of greed, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I could have made more.
Yes.
Right? Kind of leaves that kind of hole in that greed aspect of your psychology.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mike, man, and you sound like a very smart guy, dude. You sound like a smart dude. You got your shit together. What do you do, bro? What is your thing in life?
I'm a financial analyst. I actually work in the
Okay.
Yeah. But I didn't know anything about Bitcoin. So I didn't know anything about Bitcoin. And then when I did ask around about Bitcoin, obviously a lot of my coworkers that were like, "Oh, that's a scam. That's nothing. Don't even worry about it." So I should have, but once I looked into it myself and saw what it can do and what the future implications of it are. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm 100% Bitcoin, even regardless of what the price action is. I just believe in what it's trying to do for people and freedom. So that's enough of a reason I think people should try to, stand behind Bitcoin.
Definitely. Awesome, dude. Awesome, man. Well, listen, dude, very awesome to hear your voice and, have like an educated caller like you calling in, man. I appreciate that. Keep on watching. We're going to talk about some of the more mistakes we make, but I appreciate your call, bro.
Hey, man, I just want to say real quick, I appreciate both of you guys. I watch Charlie almost every day, and then I watch you, at least 3 times a week. And I just appreciate the kind of content you guys are providing for pretty much free. I mean,
thank you.
This is stuff that people would have to pay for. So,
Thank you. Thank you. You know, it's so nice to hear guys appreciating. Really appreciate that because we get a lot of fucking haters, you know, because there's a lot of people who silently watch and support us. But, you know, the ones that are most vocal are the haters. But thank you, Mike. Appreciate that a lot, Big Dog. Seriously.
Oh, yeah. They're gonna really hate when it hits a $50,000 Bitcoin. That's when they're really gonna start hating.
Good. They can hate us from the fucking yachts. All right, man. Take care of yourself, Mike. Have a wonderful day.
All right. You too, man. Have a good one.
Bye-bye. Awesome, cool guy, Mike. Yeah, he says the haters are going to really dial it up when 50K comes around.
Well, you know, Peter Schiff.
Oh, fuck Peter Schiff.
As soon as I said his name, I knew
Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff's been saying economic doom is around the corner for the last fucking 10 years.
Well, he's a gold bug, right? So he's just trying to prop up his own investment.
Fuck Peter Schiff. You ever see him go on the Joe Rogan show? Joe Rogan's like, dude, you need to calm the fuck down. Like, Joe Rogan's about to whoop his ass.
Him and Max Kaiser together are hilarious. It's like oil and water.
Joel Guadarrama. Joel, that name looks familiar. I think you got into body language mastery. He says, is there an end to Bitcoin? When will Bitcoin end and a new currency begin?
So that's kind of the, what do you call it? The age-old question that people are trying to figure out in the last bull run. So
the next Bitcoin?
Yeah. So everybody's like, oh, Ethereum is...
Libra.
Shoot me now. Basically, the answer is it doesn't need to be replaced. So why replace it?
No, doesn't need to be. I mean, we're still a fucking bunch of monkeys using gold, you know. So
yeah, well, all sorts of different shit too. Oil and
gold.
I mean, those things are assets for sure. But it's like, you know, you should definitely have some exposure to, you know, something that's this volatile is a great opportunity to make money.
Good stuff. Yeah. So let's talk about a little bit more. So look, let me talk about a mistake I made. Okay.
Sure.
So two mistakes I made that were really pretty stupid in my opinion. But hey, it is what it is, right? It happened to me 3 times, and I was able to make money 1 time out of pretty much luck. Guys, never buy a cryptocurrency when it is charging towards the all-time high. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I bought Monacoin when it was being pumped in Q4. Put like $6,000 into that. You remember I was in the convenience?
Yeah. I mean, Monacoin also is a meme coin, the most popular Japanese meme coin.
And I was just
kind of a red flag right there.
And I was just trying to make a little crypto dollar, you know. I was trying to make it happen.
But it was pumping.
It was pumping. But I got in and I bought it at literally the top, and it just dumped out, and I lost pretty much all that money. I mean, I sold it and I got back at like $2,000. It was fucking shit. Then I bought Bitcoin Cash when it was being pumped from Korea. Remember that? Remember those exchanges in Korea that were pumping it also in Q4?
Yeah, I remember it pumping. I didn't remember the Korea story so much.
It was coming out from some exchanges in Korea. Koreans love cryptocurrency.
Yeah, they get fucking crazy.
They love fucking StarCraft and cryptocurrency over there.
On their exchanges, the price of them is often ranked higher than compared to USD.
Patrick Bateman says Peter Schiff correctly predicted 19 of the last 2 recessions.
Yeah, clock is right twice a day.
Oh, fucking Peter. You know, it's Jesus Christ. Another one is that I timed it perfectly. So I bought Bitcoin Cash. It went up, but I was too busy gloating on social media about all the money I made, and then the price took a fucking dump. Yeah. And that right there, guys, because I know some of you motherfuckers are doing it, you don't have the money until you sell.
Yeah.
Okay? Just because you're up...
If you can sell too.
If you can sell. Just because you're up right now on some digital exchange doesn't mean that you're up in fiat. Because that money is still in variable land. You know?
And they haven't given it to you. They're the ones holding it.
Right.
So
I was up in Bitcoin Cash, and then I was bragged about it. I was texting you, actually, about...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we were talking shit about Cooney. Oh God! So we were talking about with this one guy in the office who like said Bitcoin was garbage, and then we were like making.
I remember that now that you mentioned it. I didn't remember like as soon as he said that story, but once you mentioned we were shit talking Cooney about him hating Bitcoin, oh man, that was fucking hilarious.
It was so funny. And then so we were talking about it, and the price went up, and the price crashed. Yeah. But luckily, Bitcoin Cash was not listed on Binance on Coinbase yet, and then I held it before it was released on Coinbase, and then when it went on Coinbase, it like shot up to like 6,000.
Yeah, the price went pretty crazy.
Fucking insane. And then I was able to sell it. That's when I made $6,000 profit in one day, sitting at our desk job on a Friday. I was like, well, made that, like, check please. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go have some beers. Not gonna deal with any of this normie work. So that was really phenomenal. And then my third one was I had timed it perfectly. I had bought Verge right before a massive pump, XVG, and I bought it at I think I bought it. I put like I think I put like 1,000 in at like 6 cents. No. What did I put? I don't know. I put a certain amount in, and then I got up to 15,000.
Yeah, that one was easy to make money with at the end of 2017. Yeah. That was like mind blowing money at the end of the top of the bull market when things are just kind of going to insane prices.
But I got that bull run
fever,
bull run mania. Just like, I fucking could do anything, like.
Yeah, diversifying to so many altcoins as much as possible is what everybody was doing, and it was just insanity. And
I was up 15,000, and I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going, and it crashed.
And it took a massive dump.
Steaming
pile. But
I was
in the same thing. I was in the same boat with Verge.
I lost a lot, and went from being up 15K to like down to nothing almost. To like 5K in a fucking matter of a couple hours.
Yeah, Verge is crazy.
So you got to make sure you take your profits. That's why you have to set your goals before. I have my goals now with my Bitcoin. Charlie has his goals. We're going to make our actions, and we just got to be sober with it because you can't be greedy. You have to be like, if you come out making a profit, that's a W. And you gotta carry your head high and be like, I got in, I made my money, I got out. You trust me, you may feel bad, you'd feel a jillion times worse if you fucking lost money.
Yeah. Well, and you have to be able to understand who you are emotionally with this crypto stuff because it is exhilarating. It's like riding a roller coaster. It's just awesome. It's way better than a fucking roller coaster. But anyways, it's great.
It's like a roller coaster you can get off and you have a fuckload of money in your pockets.
Or you got flipped upside down and thrown off the roller coaster.
Yeesh.
One of the two.
Yeesh.
But to an extent, you need to go through that process of at least losing a little bit once or twice. And it's almost inevitable for anybody in the crypto game.
Yeah.
Because especially once you're in profit, because you kind of get that to your head. You're like, I'm in fucking God mode.
Yeah. The crypto delusion.
Yeah. And I can do anything. And then all of a sudden, that's when you fucking fail. So I think everybody needs to go through some of that. But if you know yourself and you can actually start figuring out, okay, how do I usually react to those things? And then don't do that. That's the best way to, progress as a trader. The other way to do it is just don't trade, set your goal.
Yeah.
Wait for that goal to hit.
And that's another thing I was going to mention is some of you guys getting hot hands.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to say any names.
No, we're going.
But some of you guys lost money.
Everybody happens.
You need to be making 1 to 2 trades, if any, a quarter. So every time Body Language Mastery comes out, you make 1 trade on your cryptocurrency profile because it's once a quarter. Other than that, you're just asking for trouble, really, because...
Yeah, if you find, if you watch some of these coins, if you're like, oh, I really have the itch to, buy into XYZ coin, watch it for 3 months. Just watch the price every day for 3 months. Just pay attention to where it is, what its action usually does, what kind of personality that coin chart has. And then if you feel like you actually understand where the coin is going, you learned up on it and everything, then, if you feel it's a winner, only choose, 1 to 5 coins max that you think, these are my guys, these are my winners. this is where I'm going to make money, and then you're going to be able to trade those because you understand them. But if you're just like, this one's the next, Google, then you're going to fucking lose money.
Oh yeah, let's go back to the chat here, and then we're gonna wrap it up for today.
Yeah.
Kevin says, I think Bitcoin is gonna make another run at 14K soon. I think so too. Probably by August-ish.
Potentially.
Mid-August, late August. Ben 10, I don't know if this is real. He says, I bought one real Bitcoin yesterday for just $5. Life is fucking great.
I think he's joking about these, like, here we have this Bitcoin behind us, the physical, like when we went to
the events. Yeah.
We had that one like that. I think he's just making a joke about that.
Irish Bateman says, even though some shitcoin tracks would it be wise to sell Litecoin, Ripple, and throw all that money into BTC and ETH?
Just BTC.
Just BTC. Or Binance Coin, I feel like I personally believe.
Binance is a good one. It's relatively stable. It doesn't go down.
But this is not financial advice, so don't do what we say. Myself and a colleague were about to buy one BTC for 400 quid in 2014, but for whatever reason, we bottled it. Learned my lesson now. Got in at around 2 to 3K. Irish Bateman, you're the fucking man, bro. Good,
yeah.
My uncle bought 6 Bitcoin for roughly $50 each over 6 years ago and sold them at $350 each. He would be balling if he cashed out at the all-time high, but hindsight is 2020. Still a tidy profit. Yeah, profit's profit. Super Gecko 8 says, who cares about selling, guys? We are in the monetization process. This is becoming the world reserve currency. We are talking about $1 million Bitcoin. Hold on.
Yeah, this is the accumulation phase. Get as much as you fucking can.
Yep. Send me your Bitcoin, bitches. Dollar cost average and hold. Yep, good stuff. Joel says, I did get into body language mastery. Good stuff. Join the webinars. Make sure if you guys get a body language mastery and you're not going to the webinars, you're selling yourself short. My mistake was BitMix. Yeah, just don't use BitMix.
Yeah, that's a gamble.
Cancer. Hold Gang says, Spencer, vet for life, you're new, welcome. He says, scalpers are getting killed today, and they probably don't know why. Oh, Cody's on the phone line.
Oh, sweet.
Cody, what up, man?
Hello?
Hey, guy, how you doing?
Hey, it's Kevin. It's not Cody.
Oh, shit, my bad. It's Kevin. Here, Kevin, you want to talk? Here, talk to Charlie, because I know you've been working with him. Hold on. Here, this is Kevin.
Yo, Kev, I think I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Hey, what's up? I called in to drop some knowledge on everybody.
Awesome. Yeah, and you got the story. Let it loose.
Yeah, all right. So just for everybody that's aware, I won't say how much, but I lost about so far half of my initial investment. And so I basically wound up trading a lot when I started out. You can't do that. And I knew what I was getting into. I knew that what I wanted to do, and I learned a lot from it. So I own that. That's what I wanted to do. But just for anybody listening, there's a couple of things you got to understand. Number one, if you were going to trade, start out in really small amounts. I'm talking like $50 to $100 tops. There's a lot of lessons that you just can't learn from a book. You have to learn it through trial and error and mistakes. Number two, anytime you see these altcoins pump, usually that's some whale or some institutional buying or somebody else that's just trying to make you take that sucker's bet. They're pumping that up. They know that other people, normies, are going to jump in on that, and then they're going to sell it and dump it, and you're going to lose.
Yep.
And number three, you got to be religious with stop losses. Every time you get into a trade, you got to have an idea how much you're wanting to make and where your cutoff point is. And I would set that for beginners no lower than like maybe 1 or 2% of what your initial put in is. But you have to be almost inhuman with this. And like I said, that's why you start out with small amounts, because you can't be too invested in that money. If you put a lot of money in, you're gonna be hurting if that thing drops, and you're not gonna be wanting to hold on to it, and you're gonna get scared. So
yeah,
that's just my basic advice for everybody for right now.
No, it's perfect. And the two things just to kind of smash it in people's heads is, one, definitely make a stop loss. Especially once you're in profit, you got to have that, as your insurance or your safety, right? But then also, if you're going to throw your money into something in crypto, throw it into Bitcoin, and then these alts, all these altcoins are basically gambling, right? To increase your Bitcoin.
Absolutely.
And, if you're going to play with them, like you said, do it with small amounts first, because you can get burned real quick. And it happens to everybody. Everybody gets that itch because it's natural. in the financial world, everybody says diversify, right, in order to lower your risk. Whereas with cryptocurrency, it doesn't necessarily work that way, right? And but you don't really understand that until you experience it yourself. So, but it's a great education, you know, that you get for doing that. That makes you a better trader going forward.
Oh yeah, number one, I wouldn't have the desire. That's the biggest pluses that came out of this. Number one, I have the desire to learn absolutely everything I can about crypto, about trading, about being smart and not making stupid mistakes. Number two, I have a lot more discipline now because I know how it feels to get burned and I know how easy it is. And every time I go into a trade, I'm absolutely paranoid that it's going to go down. Yep. So I'm very, very, very diligent with that. And that's really the biggest thing is, you know, some stuff you just can't learn unless you make those mistakes. And that's why I caution people that if you are going to trade and you are going to play around, do it with very small amounts, that if you're going to lose it, you're not worried about it, because that'll help keep people in the in that mindset where they're not being controlled by fear and greed. And then the other thing is those stop losses and having your stop loss and your take profit in mind before you even go in. You can adjust them as you go if it keeps going up, but you want to have that before you go in, because then you're already trading with a plan. You're not going in and just hoping the thing's going to go up or down, or, you know, if it starts dropping, you get out. You know, you just get out. You already have your plan. So you, like I said, you can't let emotions get to you. That's what messes people up.
Yeah, and that's why you always set a target or a desire. What do you want to make? What's your point to get into it? And then once that happens, no matter what, like you said, kind of like a robot, just cold. You know, execute your plan as you planned it from the beginning. Don't get overly greedy. But I think also on top of that, there are some people who do what's called paper trading, right? They trade with a fake account with not their own money. And then they, you know, think, oh, that's the best way to learn how to trade some of these altcoins, which actually, no, like, I think it's better, like you said, put in, $20, $100, whatever, a small amount that you can lose relatively quickly. Because unless you're actually betting real money, you won't learn anything. If you're paper trading, you'll
you need to lose something.
Exactly, because otherwise you
need to feel that burn. I think you need to feel that burn.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Otherwise, you think you're hot shit, and then you get into the altcoins, then you get burned real hard.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And don't put everything in one thing. You know, absolutely not. If you're going to have everything in one thing, just leave it in Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yeah, Bitcoin's the only one.
Do not trade with 100% of your capital.
Exactly. And I was telling you before, I was like, like on Tropic Thunder, right? Never go full retard. Just don't put everything into one altcoin. The only thing that you can do that with is Bitcoin. That's the only one that's going to give you that reward. So, no, I love your, I think it was just your journey so far was going from knowing absolutely nothing, like 1 or 2 months ago? No, not even, like 2 or 3 months ago, right?
Oh yeah.
And now
and part of the thing that happened to me is that, I made way too much money way too quick, and then I got super greedy, and I was like, oh, this is so easy. I'll just do this and do that, and then I basically turned into that sucker that the big people in the market are taking the money from, and and luckily for me, I survived. But I went in full throttle, knowing that I could lose, and willing to learn everything I could, and I survived, and I'm making a big comeback right now because I was down a lot more than I am right now. But, that's just what it is. But I don't recommend that for everybody. If you are one of those people that just can't sit still and can't just leave it, then you need to really educate yourself and learn everything you can and take it slow and make those mistakes with small money, not with big money. Keep most of it in Bitcoin, because that's the big thing about Bitcoin is we know where it's going. We know it's going up. These other altcoins, you don't know. It might get pumped one day, and then it might not ever come back. It might drop. So, with Bitcoin, that's not going to happen. So unlike if you were in the stock market where you have no idea what something's going to do, at least with Bitcoin, we can say pretty damn well that it's going to the moon. So you've got kind of an insurance blanket there.
Exactly.
Anything that's in Bitcoin, even if it goes down, you know that eventually it's coming back up. You might just have to wait a little bit. So just be patient and, don't overtrade. I would limit it to maybe one trade a day if you are going to do it in very small amounts.
Yeah, exactly. And one a day max. You just don't want to be having to touch buttons all the time, and you don't want to be having to focus on it because then your veins start popping out of your head. You go crazy. But
and then you're not level-headed. You're not going to make smart trades.
Yep. exactly. Too emotional. So no, I appreciate the calling, Kevin.
Like I said, you got to be almost like a robot.
Yep.
Yeah, no problem. No, I think that I want other people to not make the same stupid mistakes that I did. Like, at least I might have learned them the hard way, but, I may as well. That's value that I can share to other people now. So.
Yeah, and you're already making your gains back, and at the beginning you were doing it just right. So you just get back to those best practices, what you've learned, then apply it like you are, and you're still gaining that account back up, so everything's going good.
Yep, it's going to the moon with everybody else, so just might take me a few more minutes.
No worries, man. Well, good luck with that. Keep in touch, and thanks for the call in.
All right, guys, get back to the show. See ya.
All right, peace. Yeah, super smart guy.
Our man Kevin. Kevin was a body language mastery student too.
Yeah, he's an example of somebody who's just paid attention to this so well over the last 2 to 3 months.
Right.
That basically he's learned everything he needs to know, or 90% of what he needs to know, within the last 3 months, because he's a smart guy, A, and then also 2, he's motivated to learn. So
good stuff. So guys, that's going to do it for us today. We did our hour. Thank you all for listening in. We hope that you found value of today's show. Spencer says, "Do you guys margin trade?" Fuck no. Anybody who advises you to margin trade is not one to be taken seriously.
Gamblers.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. Bitcoin is too valuable. Listen, I'm telling you guys, in 3 years, shit, we're gonna be fucking rich.
Shit's gonna go well.
We are gonna be crypto rich. Let me tell you something. 3 years, you'll be watching. You'll tune in back to these shows. You'll be like, man, I wish I took an action back then.
But if you keep making gains in other aspects of your life, in business, relationships, and everything, then you also, then you don't have to worry. You can basically use the Bitcoin money as your retirement. If you.
And we got another caller on the air here. Let's bring him on. Let's see.
Sure.
716. What's up?
Johnny, it's Ernie. How are you?
Ernie, what's up, baby?
Awesome.
How you doing?
Oh,
Ernie,
I'm all right.
Dude, Ernie, you've been riding with me since fucking 2015, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
4 fucking years.
Yeah.
4 years. You are the original hot dude. Like I'm the first hot dude. You're the first hot dude incarnate. Like the respawn, if you will.
And just so nobody gets confused, I'm not here because I did not learn anything. I'm here just because of the value. Yep. I did learn things.
Good.
So I don't want people to think I'm with you for 4 years on the wrong end of things. I'm still with you because you keep growing.
Yes, and you have a fucking girlfriend that cooks for you, cleans for you, leaves you love letters, and like, I love you, baby. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. You're living the dream.
I am. I really can't complain. So my quick story with the whole Bitcoin thing, I think it was last week.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bitcoin sprung up to 13 and crashed right back down.
Yep.
What I ended up doing is I sold at 12.2 because I wanted to catch that correction. So I sold into U.S. dollar tether, and I couldn't emotionally handle it. I ended up buying back in at 12.7, and then obviously eventually corrected. If I would have just waited 24 hours, I would have gotten maybe, I don't know, anywhere from 5 to 20% gain on my Bitcoin, and I didn't. So that was my mistake. The thing with me is I got a lot going on. I work my job and all that. Yeah. I just need to focus on holding my Bitcoin and just riding the waves. I can't stare at my computer all day long.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing I learned is just, hold it. I mean, I usually am pretty good at watching the prices and not being emotional about it. But like you said, I got a little greedy. I got a little cocky. And I thought I could make a quick trade. I would have been okay. I could have done it if I would have waited 24 hours, but that's easy to say now when it's all gone. So, my thing for new people, like Charlie always says on his show, you guys, say it to your blue in the face, hold your Bitcoins. Just write it out. So that's my little story with that. Trying to overtrade, do a little more than what I'm comfortable with and what I know. So
I love it. keep listening in, man. Appreciate you as always. You are an OG of the OGs. Yeah, man. Thanks so much. Seriously, you're the man. And we'll be in touch. Okay.
All right, guys. Have a good show. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
See ya, Ernie. It's our man, Ernie. Good man.
Good advice. I caught most of it. We're a little bit delayed here on my connection.
Yeah.
No, it's really good advice. And I love that these guys are calling in because they've made a lot of money. They've made a lot of profit. But then also during that time, like he said, right, he gets a little bit greedy or gets a little bit cocky, and which you do because, you feel like, it's so good.
Yeah,
that
young
you
crypto
slip
Jesus.
a little. But, you slip in your profits.
Yeah.
So, as long as you don't slip and you lose, as long as you don't lose your profits, you're good.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for listening. Go check out Charlie. He does the daily show at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wake up early. Do something with your fucking life. Cultivate Crypto on YouTube, cultivatecrypto.com. Get on his email list where he sends out free charts every day. You can learn how to read charts and actually predict what's going to happen with cryptocurrency. And also, he does consultations. He'll be doing consultations tomorrow with a very beautiful Japanese lady. So I envy him.
750,000 Satoshi.
Yeah.
If you're trying to make one Bitcoin, that's nothing. So it's cheap, dirt cheap. Dirt cheap cigarettes and beer, just like that.
Dirt cheap cigarettes and beer. Dirt cheap cryptocurrency consultations.com.
Hell yeah. Get it while you can.
All right. All right, guys. So until then, I'll catch you on tomorrow's show, and we'll see you next time.